What is up, Cowboys Nation and NFL fans around the globe? Today we've got earth-shattering, league-altering, absolutely mind-blowing news coming out of Dallas, Texas, something that's going to send shockwaves not just through the NFC East, not just across the conference, but throughout the entire National Football League. I hope you're sitting down, because this is the kind of move that reshapes dynasties, redefines franchises, and reignites championship hopes that have been smoldering for nearly 3 decades. That's right, Russell Wilson, former Super Bowl champion, 9-time Pro Bowler, and one of the most dynamic quarterbacks of the past decade, is officially a Dallas Cowboy. This isn't a rumor, this isn't clickbait, this isn't some wild offseason speculation. This is confirmed. Russell Wilson is wearing the star. And folks, it's Super Bowl or bust. Let that sink in. Russell Wilson, Doc is gone, the locker room has a new general, and the Dallas Cowboys are now, officially, all in on making a run at that elusive Lombardi trophy. The question now isn't whether the Cowboys will be good next season. It's not even about whether they'll make the playoffs. No, the question is, can this team deliver a Super Bowl to Dallas for the first time since the 1995 season? Because with this kind of move, with this kind of quarterback, with this kind of pressure, there's only one acceptable outcome. Anything short of a Super Bowl is a failure. Period. Now, before we dive into what this means for the Cowboys, what this says about Jerry Jones' state of mind, and how the rest of the NFL is going to respond, let's break this down. First of all, why Russell Wilson? Why now? What does this mean for the offensive system, the locker room dynamics, and the expectations placed squarely on Mike McCarthy and this front office? Let's not forget, Russell Wilson has had a rocky couple of years. Things fell apart in Seattle toward the end, with whispers of tension between him and Pete Carroll, philosophical differences about how the offense should be run, and a perceived lack of support from the front office in terms of protection and weapons. Then he moved to Denver with massive expectations. Let's be honest, that didn't pan out the way anyone thought. Coaching chaos, scheme confusion, and a Broncos team that struggled to find rhythm all season. But make no mistake, Russell Wilson is still a baller. He's still got the arm, he's still got the instincts, he's still got the mobility even if it's not quite at 2015 levels, and most importantly, he's got the chip on his shoulder. You think he doesn't want to prove the doubters wrong? You think he doesn't want to silence the critics who said he was washed? This is a redemption arc, and it's happening in the biggest football market in America. That's a dangerous combination. The Cowboys are giving him everything he needs to succeed. Let's talk personnel. He walks into an offense that features CeeDee Lamb, one of the best young wide receivers in the game, who has proven himself as a legitimate WR1, capable of taking over games and making contested catches across the middle, down the sideline, in the red zone, you name it. Then you've got Brandon Cooks as a burner, someone who can stretch the field and open up underneath routes. Michael Gallup may still have something to prove, and now with a new quarterback, we might finally see him return to form. Tight ends like Jake Ferguson offer reliable security blanket options in short yardage and red zone situations. And don't even get me started on the backfield. Tony Pollard, if he's healthy, is an explosive, dynamic weapon, a true dual threat who can catch passes, break off chunk runs, and provide that spark out of the backfield that pairs perfectly with Wilson's play-action game. This offense, when healthy, is a top 5 unit in the league. And now they've got a veteran quarterback with Super Bowl experience, clutch genes, and a hunger to win. It's scary. Defensively, the Cowboys are just as lethal. Dan Quinn has built a fast, aggressive, turnover-hungry unit that was already carrying the team through stretches last season. Micah Parsons is a generational talent. Let's not mince words. This dude is a Defensive Player of the Year candidate every single season. Trevon Diggs on the outside? Ball hawk. And they've got depth at all 3 levels of the defense. So if you're Russell Wilson, not only are you walking into a better offense than what you had in Denver, you're walking into a situation where the defense is going to give you short fields, take pressure off you late in games, and close out wins. This is a complete team. This is a win-now team. And let's be real, the timing couldn't be more perfect. The NFC is wide open. The Eagles have some questions after a shaky end to last season. The 49ers? Sure, they're stacked, but we've seen quarterback inconsistencies and injury issues. The Packers are in transition. The Seahawks, ironically, are still trying to figure out their long-term answer at quarterback. And with Tom Brady retired, Aaron Rodgers in the AFC, and so many teams in rebuild or retool mode, the Cowboys are primed to take control of the conference. The window is open, but it won't stay open forever. Jerry Jones knows this. That's why he pulled the trigger. That's why he made the move. This is about legacy. This is about taking risks. This is about bringing another Lombardi back to Dallas before time runs out. Now, I know what some of y'all are thinking. What about Dak Prescott? What happened there? Was this fair? Did he get enough of a chance? Listen, I get it. Doc has been the face of the franchise for years. He's a great leader, he played through injuries, he's done everything the organization has asked of him. But this is the NFL. It's a results-based business. And whether it was fair or not, the playoff results just weren't there. Too many early exits. Too many critical interceptions in big moments. Too many what-ifs. And at some point, the front office had to make a decision. Do we keep running it back and hope for a different outcome, or do we swing for the fences and bring in a proven winner? Jerry Jones didn't become one of the most powerful owners in sports by playing it safe. He made the call, and now we're all going to see how it plays out. Let's not underestimate what this means for the locker room, either. Russell Wilson is a pro's pro. Say what you will about his media persona, yes, he can be corny, yes, he's overly polished, but the dude works harder than almost anyone in the league. He studies, he trains, he leads. His presence alone is going to elevate the standard in that building. And with so many young players hungry to win, a veteran like Wilson can be the glue that brings everything together. He's been to 2 Super Bowls. He's won 1. He knows what it takes. That's invaluable. Now let's look ahead. Expectations are through the roof, and they should be. Anything less than an NFC Championship appearance is going to be viewed as a failure. But in reality, it's Super Bowl or bust. That's the standard now. There are no more excuses. The offense is loaded. The defense is elite. The coaching staff has been given all the tools. And Russell Wilson, for better or worse, is going to be the face of this season. If he returns to form, if he can recapture even 80% of the magic he had in Seattle, then this team can absolutely make a deep playoff run. But the pressure is on. Every snap will be scrutinized. Every loss will be magnified. And the media circus in Dallas will be in full swing. It's going to be must-watch TV every single week. And just imagine the storylines. Russell Wilson returning to Seattle next season? Wilson versus Mahomes in a potential Super Bowl showdown? Or what if the Cowboys meet the Eagles in the NFC Championship? The drama writes itself. The NFL scriptwriters are loving this. But this isn't Hollywood. This is football. And when the pads come on, when it's 3 road and 7 in the fourth quarter of a playoff game, none of that hype matters. It's about execution. It's about grit. It's about leadership. And now the spotlight is firmly on Russell Wilson. So buckle up, Cowboys fans. The season ahead is going to be one for the books. Whether this ends in glory or heartbreak, one thing's for sure, it won't be boring. The Russell Wilson era in Dallas has officially begun. The Cowboys have made their move. The NFL has been put on notice. And the countdown to kickoff has never felt more intense. This is it, Super Bowl or bust.